If you've ever ended a long day thinking, this isn't who I want to be, then this one's for you. Hi, friends. I'm Elena Aguilar, and this is the Bright Morning Podcast in video form. Every week, I'll help you lead coaching conversations that build connection and spark real change. Today, we're exploring a question I hear all the time, sometimes spoken out loud and sometimes whispered quietly on the inside. And this question is, how do I stay true to myself as a coach? Maybe you felt it. You show up to school or to the office, and before you can even hang up your coat, you are slipping into someone else's version of you. You are becoming the one who doesn't push back, the one who hides how tired or discouraged you are, the one who tries to meet everyone else's expectations while losing track of your own. If you've ever thought, this isn't who I want to be, then this episode is for you. So here's the truth. It is easy to drift. When we are constantly responding to demands, to emails, meetings, teacher needs, student needs, we can start performing instead of living. And then one day we look up and we think, wait, this isn't how I want to coach. This isn't how I want to lead. This isn't how I want to feel. And the root issue is often that we don't have a clearly articulated vision for who we want to be in the role that we're in. And without a vision, we end up reacting instead of choosing. We become untethered. Now, many people skip over visioning and they go straight into, what do I need to do? And they forget to ask, who do I want to be? We create to-do lists instead of a to-be list. We borrow other people's goals. We lose sight of our values and we settle in for survival. But here's the thing. When you are anchored in your personal vision, everything else falls into place. It becomes so much easier to say yes to the right things and no to the wrong ones. It becomes so much easier to show up authentically, even when the stakes feel high. So let me tell you a short story. Some years back, I was in a season of burnout. On paper, I was doing all the right things. I was coaching, facilitating, leading a team, but inside, I felt numb. And then I paused and I asked myself, who do I want to be in this work? And that's when I remembered the power of crafting a personal vision, of identifying not just what I wanted to achieve, but the values I wanted to embody. So I got still and I got quiet and I journaled and I did the same exercises that are in my skill session called Crafting Your Personal Vision. And I realized something unexpected. The symbol that most aligned with how I wanted to coach was a mushroom. So mushrooms are humble little creatures. They are grounded. They are deeply connected. They recycle mess. They nourish ecosystems. And that's how I wanted to lead. Not in the spotlight, not as a superhero, but as a connector. And from that place, I clarified my core values: community, liberation, and joy. And I wrote a mission statement that still guides me to this day. And everything changed. That personal vision became my anchor. It helped me decide how to spend my time. how to respond in hard conversations, and how to stay true to myself, even when systems and everything going on tried to pull me away. Now, if this is resonating, if you are craving clarity or confidence or a deeper connection to your purpose, please spend time with my skill session called Crafting Your Personal Vision, which is in the Coach Learning Library. And in that skill session, you will be guided step by step through clarifying your core values, choosing a symbol that reflects your coaching identity, drafting a personal mission statement, identifying your strengths and growth edges using the transformational coaching rubric, and you will walk away with a vision that you can post on your wall and a plan to live it. Okay, so I've got a challenge for you for this week. I want to challenge you to take 15 minutes to reflect on these two questions. Number one, what specific outcomes would tell you that you were an effective coach this year? And number two, who do you need to be for that to be true? So don't overthink it, just write it. And then revisit what you wrote tomorrow and see what still rings true. And if you want a deeper process, then that skill session will walk you through everything. But let me leave you with this. When you know who you want to be, you lead from your values. You stop asking for permission to be that person. You coach with integrity. And you begin to thrive, not just survive. All right, in the show notes, you will find a link to the Crafting Your Personal Vision skill session, and you'll also find other resources to support your reflection. Now, if you are a Coach Learning Library subscriber, then it is already there waiting for you. And if you're not yet a subscriber, then this session alone is worth joining for, because your vision is your North Star. So let's make sure it's clear and that you are walking toward it every day. Okay, one more thing you'll find in the links is a link to our upcoming free community webinars. Thanks for watching. If this video sparked something for you, please give it a like and maybe share it with a colleague. And I would love to hear your thoughts or questions, and you can just drop those in the comments. And don't forget, this episode is part of our weekly podcast, and so subscribe and then you won't miss future episodes. All right, I will see you next time.